Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great evening. I was out walking last night just as the moon was coming up over the horizon. I always love to see the moon when it comes through the Earth's atmosphere, and it looks 3 to 4 times larger than it looks when it's in the night sky. It was coming up beneath a cloud layer, and the moonlight created this great big column or spire of light up through the clouds. It really was one of those magical moments for me, so it was like a great deal of fun. Okay, today is a Newsday trade. The non-farm payroll number, this is the first or second biggest news day of the month, depending on what happens at the FOMC, so we're looking for 230K. Non-farm payroll number, it's built in. The equities haven't backed away. Private, 229. Hourly earnings up 0.3. Again, it's hard to believe with what's going on in the job markets that hourly earnings are going up with 93 million Americans on the sidelines. We went from 44.3% abled adults, 44.3% of the population working, to 44.1% of the population working. Things are dire out there. It's good. And hopefully we do get job growth. We need it. Okay, the number that's probably the easiest to manipulate, if this number comes in less because of the people falling out of the job market, the U3 number is probably the easiest to adjust and play with. The U6 number is north of 11% unemployed, and that's the correct figure. Even ahead of Gallup, after S&P got fined $1.5 billion for daring to lower the United States credit, came out and said that this 5.6 number is basically not true. So that's where we find ourselves. The news focus is non-farm payrolls. Second will be percentage unemployment. And if one of them comes in better than forecast, the other comes in worse than forecast, it'll usually split the news and it'll sit there. So here we are. 130 to 130.04 is resistance. Your first sell band, then your 8 to 12 is your second. Again, this market can move a full point off the news. Those numbers would be without news. On the support side, 20 to 24. And then your 12 to 16. Now, for those of you that like to play the news and fade it, if we're at 29.30, a resting limit sell at 30.30, or a resting limit buy at 28.30 just before the news hits, is a nice place to scoop it up. And you usually have a pretty good chance to make a little bit of money off that trade. It does carry risk. There's no guarantee that the market will stop. So keep that in mind if you trade that way. Now, if you have a bottom line and you want to take advantage of the news and you have a strong idea, trade smaller size. If you're working on a day trade program and averaging $100 a day, let's just say, for winning, if you have a loser, use $1,000, it'll take you 10 days to make that up. If you got a bottom line, it's not the end of the world. If you don't have a bottom line, it's catastrophic emotionally, and it does hurt your account. So again, just use a little bit of common sense. Now, a newsday trade, you'll get a reaction to the news on this first correction. Enter the market with the news, long or short, 50% where the news hit, or the mode mean is where you try to get in. You can usually get in at the mode mean. 50%, a lot of people will play that. That's a little tougher to get to. And if you get in where the news hit, you probably don't want to trade. Then, if the market doesn't take out in this instance, say that high right there, get out of the trade. This requires a nimbleness, 5, 10, 15 seconds after the news hits. 3 minutes after the news. If you don't want to move that quickly, let this get out of the way, let it dampen down, and then go work development. And development in the code is plus or minus 230 seconds. So that's it for the note and how to trade a newsday trade for those of you that are new. Back in the old days, well, not so long ago, a couple of years ago, Goldman used to run a little pool or fund where the major institutions could bet on the news, what the unemployment figure was going to be, 225, 230, 220, whatever it happened to be. You could place your bet. And you used to get a pretty good idea where it was when they had that, but I haven't seen those numbers posted in a long, long time. Okay, on the 30-year, you can see 16. So selling failure to get to 1216 would be S1. So you'd have an 11 to 15 sell out there. Then your last rotate up stopped at 26, so 23, 20, 24, 28 would be your sell 2. On the buy side, 20 to 24. And then giving it some room, 9 to 13. But again, 1 full point away from where you are. It's easier to full point out of this one than it is to get out of the note. If the note moves a full point, this one can move 2 points. So a full point away. So if the market, you'd have a limit sell at 49. At 50.09, you'd have a limit buy at 48.09 on this particular contract. But again, it's a newsday trade, and it's got all the good and the bad that goes with that. If you're right, I mean, you should pat yourself on the back for having the courage to put it on, and I don't know how much you should pat yourself on the back for being smart enough to figure it out. But you took a trade, you traded what you believed, in this case, because it is based on news, and you made money. And the converse of that is you lost money on that. No reason to get too upset because you can't know the news perfectly. Okay, we're at 65, so a 10 handle is 73.75. 80.82, sell 2. 55.57. If the number comes in as forecast, gold should be down. Comes in less than forecast, gold should be up. Less people working, less tax revenues, more printing of money. Okay, looking at the euro. We're at resistance 115. I do like getting short in this 115 area. And if you're a longer term player, I think the next time the market breaks support at 114, we got a fair shot at taking out the 111 area. So this 15, sell 1, plus or minus. Then 1550 be sell 2. We'll adjust these after the news. On the buy side, 114 even. That's not a trade I particularly care for. The 1350 trade, pretty good one because of the volume down here. And then if you ever wanted to have a limit buy or a limit sell, lean against these high volume numbers, and you're usually in pretty good shape. Okay, more articles are being written at the bottom in crude oil. War is definitely escalating with Jordan upping their attacks on ISIS. They've requested fuel, they've requested bombs, missiles, they requested drones. The United States turned them down on drones. The United States is really out there to take care of this ISIS problem, aren't they? And at times you just have to wonder what side we're on. So it is notching higher. 50 is one of those round numbers. We're close to that. So 51, 51.75, leaning against where support is by 1. 50 is by 2. This number will not be affected by the non-farm payroll number significantly. 52, 52 and a quarter, sell 1. 52, 50, 75, sell 2. Okay, the E-mini held its gains, and it didn't give them up overnight, so the E-mini is playing for a number bigger than 230. And again, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the Bureau of Labor Statistics contacts over 100 Fed government officials, bureaus, agencies, and of course the President as well, so they can prepare their statements before the fact to explain away the numbers. And again, the one that's most easy to manipulate is this 5.6. So if the non-farm payroll number comes in less than 230K, don't be surprised to see this one come in at 5.5 and split it. So 230K non-farm payroll, 5.6, first focus, second was 5.6. Hourly earnings plus 0.3. Again, it's given the labor situation, that's a hard number to believe. And average work week, 34.6. The first thing they look after the first two numbers up there is this 34.6 to see they got a big increase in this number. This number could be 34.7. That's how they will confirm this particular number. So that's where we are. Know the news and you have the trade. Okay, a 10-point swing, so we're at 55, so scoop order at 45. 40 by 2. On the sell side, 65, sell 1. 70, sell 2. And I'm it's just the way that you have to trade this. But you can see that volume is moving up in the distribution, so they're playing for at least 230 and maybe more. This has to be, you know, the default number. It seems like every time we come into this now, we're looking for 230. So place scoop orders, fade orders away. The market has been trading up into this number, so if it comes in as expected at 230 and does not make new highs, then somebody's going to liquidate and take profits, so it'll be a good short. I think the short probably has the most potential. Because of the fact that the market has rallied into it. Nothing else than that. Okay, it'll take about 15 minutes to get everything up and done. I will be back. We'll comment on the news, the numbers, etc. Again, like I said, rumor, fact. Rumor, 230,000 non-farm payroll number. Fact, 230,000 non-farm payroll number. Markets rallied into this number. Was as expected. Somebody will take profits. So if it comes in as expected, look for a short to set up a quick one. It's still a positive number for equities, but profit taking. So we'd be playing for. Back with you